So guys, today the Xbox servers for the Marathon closed alpha went live, so some people were able to live stream the alpha a day early and gave us a look at some exclusive gameplay of the closed alpha. Here we have the tactical Xeno as well as the Bomber Boys 130, who we need to thank for all this gameplay. I'll have both of their channels linked in the description, so show them some support there, and you can also look at their VODs if you just want to take a look at their full gameplay sessions when the servers are actually live, because I believe they've now been taken down. But first off, let's just go over the gameplay here that we're seeing of Perimeter, and then we'll get into some of the faction upgrades that were previewed as well for the Cyberacme faction. So for the gameplay here, of course, this is the brand new map Perimeter, which I believe is the first map that you end up playing on, with Dire Marsh being the second. Now, the major difference between these two maps is that Perimeter is much, much smaller. I'm going to throw up on screen the map for Perimeter, and you can just tell just by looking at it that it is much smaller. I believe it's probably like maybe half the size, I'm guessing, of Dire Marsh, and is a lot more compact, meaning there's no like big open wide areas. It's mainly focused around interior buildings and like the outskirts of buildings, so not as big as Dire Marsh, which you might be happy about. So no big wide open areas, no big lines of sight, much more close quarters, which might suit people more. And I do believe that you're able to pick which map you go into, but I don't know if the type of map you play on has an impact on the type of loot you will find. I feel like we'll need to wait until the alpha actually launches and people are able to playtest more to get an understanding of that. But moving away from the gameplay of Perimeter, let's now go over and take a look at the Cyberacme faction and look at the upgrade tree that is available within the alpha. Now, I do not know if this is the only faction that's available within the alpha, but this is the only one that you start out with, and this is Cyberacme, which is the green faction. If you've signed up to the Discord, you can probably choose this as one of the factions within the Discord. But for the first main upgrade, we have Cyberacme Expansion, which gives you 8 rows of vault capacity for the rest of the current season. For these Cyberacme expansions, you can of course see Cyberacme Expansion, then you have Cyberacme Expansion Plus, and Cyberacme Expansion Plus Plus there, which is very self-explanatory, just going to be giving you more vault capacity, which is awesome. Now moving on to the next upgrade here for cores, you have unlocks standard cores for purchase in the black market. Now this is going to require you to be rank 1 and will also require credits, microprocessors and spark leaves there in the bottom right. You're going to be needing to collect these materials and also bringing them back from missions, so extracting with them, I'm guessing, in order to then keep them. Then you can upgrade through these trees, and once you acquire the upgrade, you keep that throughout the entire season. Moving on from cores though, the next upgrade is called Cyberacme Scavenger, and it states that the loot speed increases how quickly items are revealed when looting containers or backpacks. Now this will give you a +5 to loot speed and just requires credits and spark leaves. So pretty basic upgrade there. And then moving on, we also have Cyberacme Loot Siphon, which grants bonus tactical energy when opening an unlooted container, which gives you tactical energy on container loot plus 1%. And for this is a rank 2 upgrade, so you're needing to get some expanded processors and steel rods as well. So a mixture of different materials there. And then for the next upgrade, we have Cyberacme Prime, which increases Prime ability recharge rate. Now, Prime abilities is your ultimate ability for each of the different runners that you can play as, so this is going to be an easy way for you to get your Prime ability back more quickly. This is a rank 3 upgrade and will require flex processors as well as combat zero gel as well. Those are going to be purple or legendary rarity items, so probably much harder to find and might be exclusive to different maps. We don't know that yet, but just guessing there. Moving on though, you then have Sponsorship Plus. Cyberacme sponsor kits now provide a loadout with standard implants, cores and or grenades. It's also a rank 2 upgrade that will give you access to your sponsorship kit, which is very, very handy. But moving on from that, we then have Explosives, which unlocks a frag grenade for purchase with credits in the black market. This is a rank 1 upgrade and requires credits and spark leaves. Then moving on, you have Explosive Plus, which expands Cyberacme's standard grenade offering, purchasable with credits in the black market. This will require synthetic rubber as well as steel rods, so another new material there. Moving on to the next upgrade, it then goes down to Gadgeteer, which unlocks standard gadgets for purchase in the black market. I don't know what a gadget is, but that'll be interesting to learn what that is. This will require hydrocarbon rubber as well as spark leaves. Spark leaves are going to be definitely used a lot. But next you have Cyberacme Lifeline, which states revive speed affects how quickly you aid downed crew members. This will be increasing how fast you can res people, which is very, very nice. Then moving on, you have Cyberacme Recovery, which will give you a boost there to your self-repair speed. So that's going to be you using healing items on yourself. Very self-explanatory. Then you have Cyberacme Agility Matrix, which states, if he clicks on it, agility affects how fast you can move and how high you can jump. So that'll just give you a base increase to your character's agility, which is very, very good. Then Gift Horse there for another rank 3 upgrade. If he clicks on it, Cyberacme AI's interaction group offers high value items for a price. Unlocks new category of wares. That will require symbiote rubber as well as a shell ID. Don't know what that's about, maybe to do with the black market, but I feel like that would have mentioned black market if it was. Seems pretty secretive, but I have no idea what that's about. See what other upgrades he goes on to. Then goes over Cyberacme Heatsink. Heat capacity increases your capabilities to perform heat producing actions such as sprinting. So that's a base increase there to your heat capacity. Very, very nice. And then Cyberacme Emergency Vent. Your heat recovery begins quickly after action that generates heat. So heat recovery delay decreased, which is very, very nice. And then Cyberacme Reinforce. Hardware reduces the duration of negative effects that affect the runner's physical chassis. Toxin, overheat, and immobilize. Well, we've seen overheat, that's when you sprint for a long period of time, and then you need to wait for your sprint to cool down. Toxin, guessing a damage over time thing. And I believe they also stated that if you let toxins stack too high, it can reduce the effect of healing items. And then I don't know what immobilize does, but by the sound of it, it'll probably be slowing you down similar to overheat maybe, but not too sure there. But that'll give you a plus 10 to your hardware stat, which is very, very handy. And I believe that is every single perk there on the Cyberacme upgrade tree. Now, from just looking at that upgrade tree, obviously this is still in alpha, so things are subject to change, but just by looking at those specific upgrades, most of them don't seem that impactful on your gameplay. I think the ones that people are going to be most wanting to get is going to be that volt increase, and then maybe the reductions there to your heat generation, so that you can just move a lot more freely. So stuff like that is definitely going to be very, very handy, but like a 1% increase to your revive time and like the speed at which you use healing items, I don't know how effective that will actually be, because the speed at which you do those things doesn't seem too long, because I think one of those only granted like a 1% increase, so it doesn't seem like that's going to be that valuable really, in my opinion. Obviously though, I have not played yet, so I'll need to get first-hand experience and maybe max out one of these trees to get a better understanding of it. But from what I'm seeing right now, the Cyberacme tree doesn't seem to offer anything all that great. Now, of course, there are going to be different factions and they might offer you different unique upgrades that aren't on this Cyberacme tree. So some factions might be better than others, but we just don't know all that information just yet. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what to expect with the factions within Marathon. And I hope you guys found this quick breakdown helpful. Now, if you want to take a look at all the stuff in more detail or just watch the full VODs that these guys have up on their channels, I'll have them linked down in the description. But that's all I have for you guys here today. A quick breakdown of the brand new map and then also a look at the Cyberacme faction tree. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.